there! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. You have stumbled across Coffee Talk with Carrie, where you can find weird, interesting, and fun-loving topics to take with you into your everyday and discuss amongst yourselves. Today's topic is no different. It's super weird and a little funny, and after I did some research, I feel like I have some tips for you at the end, just in case you need it. Today's topic is farting fight forces flight to emergency land. That's right, a plane was landed because of farts. Well, let's get right into this article and see what it looks like, okay, you guys? All right, so here we are. This is a link from Fox News. I will have that down below so you can do it. They just happened to break this before everybody else. All of the stories that came afterwards had the same information, so no big deal. It's pretty short, but it's kind of informative after the funniness. So first, let's get to the funniness. All right, a pilot made an emergency landing after a fight broke out over a passenger who allegedly refused to stop passing gas. That doesn't seem very polite to me, but it also doesn't seem like a good reason to land an airplane. Let us continue. Two Dutchmen sitting next to the flatulent passenger reportedly asked the man to stop, but he refused and continued to break wind aboard the Transavia Airlines flight from Dubai to Amsterdam Schiphol, I'm guessing. The budget airline crew allegedly did not help the passengers after their complaints, Metro reports, leading to a fight between the men. Despite a warning from the pilot, the altercation continued and forced the airplane to be diverted to Vienna Airport, where it made an emergency landing because of farting. Now, to be fair, they are in an enclosed area, and smelling sulfur is just not pleasant, and it's icky. And if some dude is doing it on purpose because he's just being a poop face or poop butt, well, then that's not very polite, but still no reason to land a plane. But it gets even more fun. All right. Police boarded the plane once it landed and removed two women. What? Where do the women even come into this? And two men that the pilot reported as passengers on the rampage, Metro reports. Now, after reading this, there's not much information about it. I have a feeling we're going to hear from these ladies again. Let's keep reading. The women, who are sisters that were removed from the flight, are now taking the airline to court, claiming they were not involved in the altercation. It says alternation, but that's wrong. It's an altercation. Nora, a 25-year-old law student, called the removal humiliating. We had no idea who these boys were. We had just the bad luck to be in the same row, and we didn't do anything. All I will say is that the crew were really proactive and stirred things up. Interesting. So in the day and age of cameras and things like that, I'm going to have to say, if there's no video, how do you even have proof that it happened? But I am assuming that they probably do have some kind of recording that they'll be using in court. It does seem kind of messed up, honestly, that they got kicked off just because they were in the same row. I like to believe them, but sometimes people are just poops. No pun intended. Let's go. There's just a tiny bit more. All four passengers were released from police custody without being charged, even though they had not got to the right place on their plane trip. However, all have been banned from flying with Transavia Airlines in the future. Then we have a final quote here. Quote, our crew must ensure a safe flight. When passengers pose risks, they immediately intervene. Our people are trained for that. They know very well where the boundaries are. Transavia is therefore square behind the cabin crew and the pilots. End quote, the airliner said in a statement. And that's how they end the story here. So they're basically standing behind the fact that they should have landed the plane and taken those people off, and because of farting and fighting about farting. Okay, so full disclosure, I scrolled down in here and read the most hilarious comments, and I learned a lot. So most of the comments down below on this article, way down here, again, I'll link that for you so you can go explore those as well. A lot of them were hilarious, making fun of things, but there were several in there that came to, I guess, the rescue of the farter, saying that some people, they really can't not fart, and they have these things, and I was like, come on, it's a fart, everyone can hold it in sometimes. But the more I researched, the more I found out that not everybody has this capability to stop that. Now, from the article, it implies that the guy was just being rude about it, and like he didn't explain that it was a problem. He was just farting to be rude about it. And that's a different story. And that, although it is farting, it does seem like, if they're starting a fight on a plane, you don't want to be in the air when that stuff happens anyway. So back to what I was saying about the comments. I did some research, and one of the comments had a hilarious thing talking about you can get it on Amazon. You can get charcoal underwear. So I was like, what? So of course I looked it up, and it's true, you can. However, when it comes down to it, you can't get all underwear made out of charcoal because, one, it's expensive and scratchy and loud and uncomfortable and like a whole slew of reasons why you don't want that. But just in case you have a problem with your butt, I have found the perfect solution for you guys. So bear with me on this. We're going to switch over here, and here it is, guys. This is called Flat D. That's right. That link will also be down in the description / full blog post below. So after a tiny bit of research, I found this. The reason I pulled this up is because the testimonial on this page is pure gold. So just a little plug for the company. If you need something like this, that's the shape right here. Goes right in your panties. It's got a little sticky, just like a lady pad does, and it's got, look, it's washable, so you can, but it doesn't last forever. So it only works, it says here, reusable for a few weeks at a time. So what it is inside this packet there is activated charcoal, and when you fart into this, then the charcoal sucks up that smell, and then you can't smell it. So let's read the testimonial and see how well it works for people, shall we? Just one weekend of using your product and I am no longer a social pariah. There's no point in trying to be delicate about a problem like this. I had gastric bypass surgery about 9 months ago and I have beyond awful gas. There's nothing I can take, Beano, Gas-X, etc., that works. My family complains all the time and I know I was an embarrassment to them. In social situations, I would have to leave and find some place to hide and pass gas. Then I ordered your product. My first day using it, and it was unbelievable. I'm at work and my colleagues are laughing with me. They're not running away. I can ride in my car with my family and keep the windows up. It is absolutely amazing. I'm a new person and I can walk free and confident in public now without fear of embarrassment. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I did make fun of that a little bit, but I had no idea that this was a thing that people had to deal with. Of course, I've gone by people and I'm like, ooh, that was stinky. But I'd never thought that someone was having to live every day knowing that there was nothing that they can basically do about it. Their butt's just airing out icky stuff, and it sucks. And so yes, I made fun of this, but that sucks if it was true for this guy. He couldn't even be with his family because he just was essentially pooing everywhere all the time. Not poo, just stinky. But still, I kind of feel for these people. So if it's you don't need to tell me. That's a embarrassing kind of thing. I get it. But look, now you have a perfect link so you can get your own pair of, what are these things called again? Flat Ds. That's right. Flat Ds. All right, guys. So that's all that I've got today. We are going to end up here with our word of the day. I hope. Yep, that's us right here. Today's word of the day, guys, we're going to go right through it, is prognosticate. It is a verb. To predict according to present indications or signs. To foretell. The armchair quarterback tried to prognosticate the next play. So they always have a little example sentence, and sometimes I use the example and sometimes I make my own. I used the example sentence today because I think this is funny. Armchair quarterbacks, yep, we sit and watch and we're trying to guess what things are, and that's what we do all the time. I feel like I prognosticate on everything always. Literally from what I should wear, why I should wear it. I'm a little crazy on some things, and you can ask my hubs, Chris Roberts, if you'd like. He knows I really look into things. I'm trying to use signs. I'm the quintessential sign looker. And sometimes it's a little crazy. It could be worse, I guess. So, again, I don't know if anybody caught it yesterday. I will be giving some kind of tiny little reward if you are able to sneak today's word of the day into one of your comments below without it being super obvious. Good luck, my friends. Well, I guess that is all that we have today. Let's get back. I'm not sure why I'm singing. I am so sorry about that. Oh, speaking of singing, I might do that. I'm thinking of writing a jingle for my thing here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic. All right, guys, so the very last thing here, that is everything. That's it for Coffee Talk with Carrie. Now, if you liked what you've seen, tell me about it. upvote me, follow me, give me some kind of indication that you want to see my face again. And then you know that you'll always have me to have something weird to talk about with people. So it'll be fun. If you have thoughts on today's show, tell me about those down below. And finally, did you know coffee was one of the first foods to be freeze-dried? A link about that in the description as well. Thanks again, you guys, for watching and hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.